This one was recommended to me by one of my patrons, Peter. Hey, Peter. And I've been meaning to get around to it for ages. Apparently it has a really long note in it, so I'm looking forward to the breath support. Most vocal coach intro ever. So atmospheric.
Summer, move on, and the way it goes, you can tag along. Honey, move out.
His lines are beautiful.
And the way it wins leaves no doubt. Moments will pass in the morning light. I found out seasons don't last, and there's just one thing left to last.
So what I mean by lines is he's not splitting anything up. For him, it's really, really smooth. It's part of this kind of ethereal sound that he has. It's all in one breath. It all joins together, apart from the odd moment where he does, I think he did a high note a little bit earlier. Let's go back to 40 seconds and I'll point out he split it up ever so slightly, which was a contrast in his usual kind of smooth lines that he does, which just makes something point out.
Leaves no doubt. Moments will pass in the
Smooth.
morning light. I found out.
There. I found out. So he actually puts a purposeful stop there to just give it a little touch more rhythm.
Seasons don't last.
Such an unusual voice. Lovely. It's kind of hard to know what to define that as. A lot of people would define it as falsetto or head voice. It's, you know, one of the things that even I have a gripe about in singing is that there's so many different schools of thought and we all have different terminology and we all mean the same things by lots of different words. So falsetto to someone is that. But to me, that slightly heavier sound, he's adding a little bit of mix. Now, acoustically, that means that you're getting some of those lower frequencies in, but also anatomically, you know, I can't 100% tell because I'm not scoping him right now, but I suspect he is using a little bit of, he's not fully tilting his larynx. So in your head voice, you are thinning out your vocal cords and tilting your larynx forward in order to stretch them really far. But there's also muscles within the vocal cords themselves and at the back. And in your chest voice, these are responsible for kind of stretching and relaxing them. So I think he's using a little bit of these muscles and not fully the tilt muscles which you usually associate with him. That's why you're getting that almost, not quite, but that little touch of like, oh, is that a belt? You know?
Friendships move on until the day you can't get along.
So controlled though.
Shakes on the phone, and the way it goes, no one knows.
Let's go back to that. There's like a cool little vibrato, and he normally doesn't use that much vibrato, but so it really stood out to me. That's like 1 minute 41.
Shakes on the phone, and the way it goes,
Goes!
no one knows. Moments
It's kind of interesting because it actually was a little bit of a tremolo rather than a vibrato. A vibrato is when you're moving pitch, and he was doing that a little bit, but also he's changing volume. When you're changing volume, I can't do it very well. That is tremolo. So that was kind of an interesting texture to add there. Really unusual. He's an unusual singer, isn't he? Such tone up there. Great. So it is mostly head voice. So again, I want to go back to this kind of idea of falsetto and head voice. Now, falsetto traditionally has been used as the term for male head voice, but in more contemporary times, people tend to, depending on who you speak to, use falsetto as a term that makes a more fluty sound. Ooh, ooh, this kind of owly hooty sound, but he's not doing that. He is getting a bit of tone behind that sound, so that is actually more relatable to women's head voice, which some people also say is a mix. So it's a tricky old singing teaching world out there. I don't really mind what you define it as, but if you were trying this song, I would neither want you to try and push your chest voice up, it's certainly not that, and I would want it a little bit more chord closure than that traditional sounding hooty owly sort of falsetto. I want a little bit more bite to that sound, a little bit more chord closure. And, you can define that as head voice or mix or whatever. The resulting sound, I guess, is what's important, really, and doing that healthily. And part of the key is breath support, because when you're that high, your vocal cords are stretched so thin, actually, sometimes you require a little less breath than you think. Most people, not everyone, but most people over egg it on the way out. They don't take a big enough in breath to be able to have enough singing fuel, your breath, and then they push out what little air they have really, really quickly. So you want a nice relaxed in breath and then a gentle, gentle stream of air. That's what breath support to me is. Love the use of the U. Is that you? It's bigger, right? I think this is it. Woo! Oh. Wow! Okay, so it's not just that it's a really long note, it's that he's doing movement within that note as well. Just the movement is difficult in itself, then holding it on, he takes a tiny breath up to that high note, but after that, honestly, it would be really difficult not to go flat. I think I would certainly, I don't know, could I do that? It would take me a long time to practice being able to do that. That is great breath support. He was nice and relaxed. He really, really monitored how much air he had throughout that note. So he had the right amount of breath for each point. As I say, different notes, different height of notes. Pitch of note, need different amounts of breath. Although it's not a wide range of pitches, it still does require management, and it certainly requires management when you go straight into a high note afterwards. Whew. So dramatic and so beautiful. And then a little jazzy, scoopy end. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much for suggesting, Peter. That was really beautiful. You were right. Really, really beautiful breath support. Really beautiful technique. And it's really difficult singing, but it resulted in this epic yet ethereal, beautiful song. And I loved the use of little things like that little vibrato or the little scoop in the end, which added a little bit of jazz. It was really, really cool. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Down.